Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Kelvin, and I'm talking with Andrew, vocalist of I Am from Dallas, Texas. How's it going, Andrew?
Howdy, man. Loving to be here, just
Awesome.
chilling.
Yeah. Again, appreciate you talking with me. Big fan of the band. I got the album right here. I've been listening to it. Actually, I've been listening to the promo copy for a while now, and it's just been on repeat for like the past couple weeks.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, how's it feel to finally get the album out?
Oh man, it's kind of hard to put into words. It's so it's filling my heart up a lot, because it's something we put a lot of work into, and to see it going over as well as it is, and to have the people recognize how how much we've changed as musicians, and being a band in general, it feels great, and I'm so excited for the world to hear Eternal Steel.
Yeah, I was looking back at the previous catalog, and it's been about 4 years since the last release. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, stylistically, I think it kind of builds off of that, the last one, the Hard to Kill. But definitely, I noticed a big difference from the first album, Life Through Torment. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, can you kind of talk about, or can you talk about like how the band evolved to how you guys sound on Eternal Steel?
Yeah, man. So uh, when we started writing Life Through Torment in the heydays, we kind of had a lot of member issues, and not right people for the band and everything. So that was a kind of touchy subject right there. And we had one guitarist, and Tommy came into the picture to kind of help us finish that album because it was just taking so long because we just couldn't get together and actually write an album. So Tommy came in to come and help and kind of mold to whatever we were doing at that time. And so we got it done. I still love that album. I think it's great. I feel like in Face of Death and Sacred Cries, you can kind of hear the where we were wanting to go, later down the future. Then Hard to Kill comes in the picture, and that was kind of our first real like, okay, this is what we want to do. This is what we want to sound like. Let's make a record like this, and to our best of our abilities, we tried to do that, produce that, and that I think that really put a stamp on who I Am is as a band, which I think it's a great little baby brother to what was come for Eternal Steel. That was a culmination of the last 4 years since Hard to Kill of just getting better as musicians, so we could write the shit we wanted to, and to have no like boundaries or limits, like on what we wanted to do stylistically and musically. So I think that's what really shines at the Eternal Steel, is that you know there were no limitations to what we could do, and you know we really pushed to see how big we can take the I Am sound.
Oh yeah, like even that first single came out uh, back in like June. Yeah, it was just crisp. Like the sound is so crisp, but really just
Yeah.
the guitar work is kind of what blew me away. Just the riffs were heavy, and there's a lot of like guitar flair. Like kind of like
Uh-huh.
some of like the squeals. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Yeah, no.
musician, but yeah.
Yeah, Tommy's a young Dave Mustaine. I keep telling him, man, he writes the craziest riffs. So
Yeah. And I think a lot of the, press and people writing about I Am, kind of make the comparison to like Pantera. So I was like, yeah, that's exactly kind of what I hear, just a lot with the riffs and yeah, just
yeah,
it's
bro.
kind of like the mood or the vibe and the mood of the songs too.
Yeah, it's about the groove, man. It's we like to groove, we like to have energy, we like to have fun with heavy music. And like you said, I mean, Pantera is like the best example you can get of that. They didn't really they played quite a few things. They played thrash, they had some death metal riffs, they had, just power rock, like they did a bunch of things, and it all still sounded like them. And I think that's kind of where we take a lot of influence, and being able to just kind of write what we want to write.
Yeah. Just on the subject of Pantera, I gotta ask, what do you think of the new lineup that they have planned for upcoming shows?
uh, so I'll give my take on it. What I think is that when Dime and Vinny both passed, things were rough with Phil, and I still don't think they should be necessarily playing a comeback at all because I don't really think anybody's asking for it. People want to see Dime and Vinny play. It's just it just feels wrong considering I guess what they went through like all together. It's just like doesn't seem like the best thing to do. That being said, though, if it comes to my city, I'm fucking watching. you know,
Yeah,
I'm still I'm still gonna go and watch it just because I mean it is something where it's like, damn, I have never seen Pantera, so like maybe seeing a little bit of it might be cool, or just to go and witness the train wreck if it is, like whatever it is, I want to see what the fuck happens. But
yeah,
I'm not expecting much. I really don't think it, I really don't think they should be doing it, but I'm gonna go watch.
yeah, yeah. No, I was. I mean, I was probably like in junior high when Reinvented the Steel came out, and I just never got a chance to see him live either. But
Dude, yeah,
um,
same. I mean, by the time I mean, gotten into heavy music at all, it was, they weren't around.
yeah, but yeah. I mean, all I've seen is just like festival dates so far. Not a
Yeah,
tour, official
like
tour yet.
Colombia or something. Yeah, pretty far
Yeah,
south. I think that's what I saw.
yeah. But anyway, I had to ask that. But going back to the album, um, yeah, the one thing I enjoy too is that you got two of the like best people in metal now, like Corpse Grinder and Kirk Winstein. Like, how did those guest spots come about?
Um, so those are like my favorite bands, for the last few years now, and I've always looked up to Crowbar, Corpse Grinder as like vocalists as they were. Um, but yeah, we've never really had a bunch of guest vocalists on our records. I think we kind of had this like mentality of like, oh, we want us to shine like on our own without you know lifted of a guest vocalist, or something, because you can see a lot of music it gets ran through because you have a certain person on there. So, which is also why we chose not to list the names too. We kind of wanted the people to kind of figure it out on their own. Um, but yeah, whenever the corpse grinder thing got brought up, we were all like just sitting there like, man, this would be like the perfect part for him. Like like this would be it. And so we're like, should we just try to see if he's into it? Like maybe, I don't know, like worth a shot. So we had our manager hit him up, and a few days later he was calling me on my phone. We went over the track and everything and how he wanted to do it. So I was like, I couldn't be more stoked about that. So that happened pretty cool and easy. The Kirk thing, I mean, I don't know who made it happen. I just asked our manager, I said, hey, is there any way you can get Kirk on there? And a week later he was emailing us asking for the track, hey, I can get it done this day. And I'm just like, it's so elated that they were so down, without like, because especially being a position in their power or their status, like you don't want to be doing guest vocals on, some tracks that aren't that good. So it's nice to know that they were like, okay, like this is at least good enough for me to put my voice on. So that was fucking cool.
Yeah, that's badass. I mean, like when I heard the promo copy, like yeah, they didn't mention them as the guests. I just kind of like picked up on it on my own, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's sick. I mean, yeah, just having them kind of like I guess vouching for I am is really sick.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Very.
and then kind of just going back to the album again, like the the album cover, the three-headed panther, and then the song. I believe that's the Corpse Grinder song.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Infernal Panther. I was just kind of wondering, like, what was the meaning behind having the panther like on the cover and just like as a track?
So a lot of the album is like my own personal uh issues or dilemmas or struggles or whatever, told through like a fantasy fairy tale world. So those were the figures that I, you know, was thinking of whenever I was writing some songs. And I was just imagining this panther, three-headed panther running at you in the forest, and how fucking terrifying that would be, of a creature to see and, just be in front of, that would be otherworldly. Um, and yeah, started putting together, thinking about what it would do, what it would feast on, what it would eat, how it would hunt, and that's just kind of how that song came about.
Awesome. Yeah, the artwork too, I just wanted to mention too, is just really badass. Kind of,
Dude, yeah.
it
Yeah,
just screams heavy metal.
the guy who did is Kalen Stockerman, and I hit him up, and we went to a few other artists too, because we were trying to find the right artists, and we all kind of gave them the description of what we wanted to do, and everything I said was, I want a three-headed panther with Amazonian warrior Frank Frazetta type holding the panther with a chain and a chrome skull in the other hand. That's I was like, that's what I want. And so there's a few people that just wasn't the right fit, but when he saw it and I saw his artwork, and I was like, okay, this guy's gonna crush it, and he absolutely did. He took it and made it come to life.
Yeah, it's awesome. I was just saying, yeah, it just like screams heavy metal. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I
So
feel like when the music and the visual concepts match up like really well like that, it's so pleasing to like the soul. It's like, oh yeah, that works right there.
yeah. Um, and then I know the album just came out last week. When you guys were like, recording, did you guys like kind of like get any like outside feedback? Because I know, I mean, I'm in Arizona, northern Arizona, but I feel like the Dallas scene is just, I mean, I've never seen anything like it. Like all these bands come out of that at one time. But did the band ever like bounce any like songs off anyone from some of the other bands in Dallas?
I personally didn't. I believe Tommy did though. I'm not sure who, but I'm sure he did. Um, but regardless, we when we got done recording, we had the album for another 6 months, and obviously the pandemic was still going on, so we weren't thinking about releasing at that time. And so we actually had the chance to go back to the studio 6 months after recording it to really like change some things, and because we had to listen to it for 6 months, so we're like, damn, like we could go back and change some of this up, and that's what we did. So I think having that opportunity to sit with it for a while and go back and change some things that we thought would have been better, I think that really helped, because there's always those things on albums where you listen to like, damn, I wish I did that in the studio, damn, I wish I changed that, or damn, I wish I did a pinch here or something. Like it's always nice to be able to go back and really refine it if you have the chance, and we had that chance. So I mean, I think that benefited a lot.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, no, I'm like, really stoked on it. And yeah, I really hope to see you guys live. I know you guys had a busy year, right? You guys had a pretty big tour
Yeah,
early in the
it's kind of
year.
crazy. It went busy out of nowhere because we started the year with just a Nile Incantation and Sing the Sugabog tour, and once we did that, we didn't really have much on the table. And then full US with the Acacia Strain came in, and then a week after, a fest in Canada that we did some shows going up to, and after that we did Australia, and then now we're planning a fall little headliner for some special states, and we'll be doing that, and we already have a full headliner for February, March booked, so we're getting booked up and we're getting busy, and so it's great. I'm loving it.
That's awesome. I'm just curious, was it like when you were growing up, was it your goal to become like a full-time musician like you guys are now?
No, honestly, it wasn't. I was always into like skating, so I really wanted to be a skateboarder. That was like I was really wanting to do that and just hang out with my friends. And I wasn't really doing much before music or had like future thoughts. And as soon as I started like thinking about music, it's all I wanted to do. But I never had expectations of like getting there or like being able to pay some bills off of it or anything like that. I was just always like, whatever, man. I'm just doing it for the music. But like now that it's like I'm in a position where I have some success and I have some like a lot of gratitude towards this. It changes things up to where it's like, yeah, I'm here for it now, and I'm so glad to be doing this full time. So I couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool. You mentioned skateboarding. I was like really into skateboarding like high school and a little bit after high
Yeah,
school, but then I realized I wasn't good enough and I just kind of did it for fun.
it's kind of yeah, it's kind of what it was. It was for me. It was like the switch over to music. I was like, well, I'm not the best, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get like those guys. So let's try this.
yeah, I still like to skateboard, but I just kind of like cruise around now. I don't go crazy or
Yeah,
try to
yeah,
kill myself.
yeah. We're too old now, man. We fall, break a hit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just obsessed with, like the slappy grind when people like slap
Oh
onto the
yeah, yeah. The
curb, like the red
slapstick. Yeah,
curbs.
yeah,
Yeah, I've
yeah.
been like obsessed with those. I've been like trying to learn those as best as I
Nice,
could. But yeah, even
nice.
just doing those little slappy grinds to me, I get really stoked on that.
Yeah, yeah. Me and my buddy we'll go to the skate park when we're feeling up to it. Probably about like I don't know, twice a year or something. Maybe once a
Yeah.
year. We're like, all right, let's try this out again. Let's see if we still got it. And we
Yeah,
never.
yeah. I feel like I regress and then I try to get back to where I was, like just like cruising around
Yeah,
and dropping in, and then I don't skate for like 6 months, and then I like have to I regress and I get back to like that
yeah.
baseline.
It's always a build.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, no, I'm cool. That's so cool. I don't know, did you guys ever think about putting the album artwork on a skate deck? I mean, it's a really big piece of art.
We actually had a template made for Hard to Kill on the skate deck, but just at the time it was way too expensive. I think it was right when the pandemic hit. We were thinking about it, and like everything was just so expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure we're gonna revisit that. I'm sure
Yeah.
that that's in the cards for sure.
Yeah, that's my new I guess hobby is collecting decks with like heavy metal stuff on it.
Graphic, yeah,
Yeah. Let me grab one really quick.
yeah, yeah. Let's see.
So it's like a Warbringer.
Oh, nice.
The Warbringer board. This one's cool. It's a Testament board.
Oh, that's killer. That's badass.
And Plan B, Slayer, Show No Mercy.
Nice, nice. It's on the actual Plan B deck.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's sweet.
It was like in like 2000. I want to say when the 2007 or 2008, like Plan B
Okay.
and Slayer did a collaboration.
Yeah, that's killer.
Yeah, neck rock.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Iron Maiden.
Nice. Oh, damn. Got the full fleet there.
And I don't know. I'm not a. Cataclysm's cool. I just thought it was cool that they had their album art on the deck.
Yeah, hey, if the album art's cool enough, fuck it.
But yeah, that's like my new hobby. It just combines the things I like the music and skateboarding, and I just like
Yeah, that's
I
sick.
don't even ride them. I just collect them.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, I got a Slipknot deck, and I swore I'd never skate it. And there was one day where like I broke my board, and we were too broke to buy a board, so I was like, "Fucking, I'm skating the Slipknot board," and
Man.
I thrashed that thing up.
Yeah. I don't. I just see them like on sale, like like on Instagram, or collectors will be selling them, and I'll just try to grab one. But
Nice.
I'm hoping to like display them, but I just keep them stored away.
Yeah, yeah. Get them puppies up, get them some air.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, that's it, Andrew. I think that's the end of my time. I know you got some other interviews today, so I'll go ahead and stop the recording. But thanks for talking with me.
Yeah, man. No, it was a great time. I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, everyone should check out the Eternal Steel album. It's like streaming. It's you can order it. I mean,
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Go listen to that shit. I
yeah,
guarantee there's something on there you'll find that piques your interest.
yeah. It's easily like a top 10 album for me. Like it's just yeah,
So
it's one
yeah.
of the
Thanks.
best. All right, thanks, Andrew.
Peace.